Good
Hello,
afternoon.
everyone.
Hope you're all very, very well.
How are we?
Yeah, very, very good, Matty boy. Happy Cyber Monday to everyone.
That's right, Cyber Monday.
Getting in amongst the deals all weekend.
As you open your phone, you're like, what do I have 700
Honestly,
emails?
it's insane.
Cyber Monday.
What have I missed? Oh, yeah, every offer under the sun.
Of course. I was getting Cyber Monday on Cyber Sunday.
Yeah.
It's like Black Friday, everyone does it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And now all the Cyber Monday, every company does it on Saturday.
Yeah,
It's like,
and the likelihood is they'll probably still be there tomorrow as
they'll be
well.
there for a week or so. Until their stock is completely depleted.
They do not want you to miss an opportunity. And speaking of opportunities, we have one of our own, a little Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale on
That's right.
fittings. Any fitting you guys book between now and the 31st of January, if you with any club purchase, a full bag fitting is $100 with any purchase.
Until when?
So you have until January 31st
To use it.
to use it.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. So
Sweet. That's a good deal.
take advantage of that today, guys. If you do want to book with ourselves, partners in the US Club Champion are running the same deal. In the UK, I know Golf Principles are doing a gift card sale right now, which is buy basically in any multiple of $100 and get a 15% bonus on the gift card.
Nice.
So lots of little Cyber Monday
Take advantage.
deals to take advantage of today.
Very nice. Very nice.
Let's see, I'll try and get live with you here, laddie.
Yep. Just a couple questions starting to come in.
Go for it.
Let's see if it comes up. Is that popping
I'm
up?
not seeing it. Home.
Oh, there. Go to live.
There we go.
Yeah. And YouTube has changed the way they do things for the 100th time.
God damn it, YouTube.
Just to mess with us.
All right. Doritos, where
Shall
are you
we?
guys located? Toronto.
Toronto.
We're in Toronto. Toronto.
Let's start with this one. Graham's asking, do you think other manufacturers will use carbon on the face next season,
Nope.
2023?
Oh,
No,
tailor-made only.
we don't think so. In fact, we kind of know so.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. Very
I mean, mate, would you wouldn't say never, though, would you? Eventually?
I mean, TaylorMade, it wasn't a new thing for them to go in that direction.
fair.
They'd been there for, I think, 20 years. They said they kind of had been applying carbon to faces, and then they came out with the Glory driver back in about 2013. So they had a production model that they could sort of work on.
That's different then, you're right, yeah.
Takes a long time. A long time.
It'll be titanium for many a year.
Yeah, I think...
Right? Just different versions of it. And
seems that way.
Yeah.
It almost seems to me right now, it would be more challenging. I mean, the challenge of making a carbon face driver acoustically pleasing would be very difficult. TaylorMade managed it, I think, with Stealth. There's still
good sounding
a fairly metallic sound to Stealth, but I think everyone's probably fairly happy with kind of what they've got.
Yeah, unless they're seeing something cool come out of it, they're probably going to stick with it.
I think so, Matty lad. Almost sold. Brandon's asking, can you do an Instagram post of most sold or video? Most sold or video?
Probably like your best sellers of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that as an
we
Instagram. Were you thinking?
Yeah,
of doing
we are doing exactly that right now. That's one of the things I know Mikey was working on for Sway. So getting a list of what we've sold best of this year. I think we already done the Mizuno 225s as our best selling iron of the year. So, All
right, Brandon, you can look for that on Instagram soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Christian wants to know if the swing weights of your Miura TC201 builds with the stock weights, are they with stock weights and no tip weights added?
Yeah. There's not a single tip weight in my irons.
So just the way they are.
Just exactly as they are.
He's asking, are they heavier than most
irons? Yeah. If you look in the website, Christian, you'll see they're 4 to 5 grams heavier than everyone else. So
consistently,
very, very heavy, which I really like the weight of. I kind of go lighter on shaft, so modus 120, but heavier on head, and just that balance is good for me. Yeah.
This is an easy one for you to take. Least recommended putter hosel and why? Purged center shaft is the worst. You heard it from Ian, I think.
Yeah, probably heard it from me. Yeah, you just don't want to hit. I mean, if you hit the middle of the putter every single time, you might want to try a centre shaft putter. I've yet to meet someone who does hit the middle of the putter every single time. Most people, from a perspective, kind of looking out onto the viewing space of where your ball is, cannot align the middle of the putter and the ball anyway. So if it's something you're very good at and you can measure accurately that you're not getting deflection, just when you put the middle of that putter in the centre of the mass,
Yes.
any amount of, there's no stability.
It's twisting on either side.
Totally, massive amounts of twist, massive amounts of rotation. Yeah, it's a very dangerous game. But just guys, look at, like, for those of you who are interested, look how many companies make centre shafted putters and regularly make. If centre shafted putters were any good, they'd be making them every year, left and right, all the time.
They'd be the popular model. Like, you don't see anyone.
They never are.
I don't see anyone using them.
No one. No. I mean, there's exceptions to every rule. Mackenzie Hughes uses one. People will always throw out people who use them. But again, there's so few people will putt consistently well.
Percentage is pretty low.
Totally.
So yes, that is the worst. In
For
response
me,
to your question.
Yeah, totally.
George wants to know if the Titleist left dot will be available for retail.
that little Instagram live I just done there, there was so many questions on left dot golf.
Is that right?
It's fascinating that people are so into it.
What was the deal? It's spinnier than a left dash?
So yeah, we've not been allowed to do the head-to-head test of dash versus
so we
dot.
don't really know.
So,
we do know, but we can't say.
Yeah, I found them to be basically around the same spin dash as dot is what I found.
Okay.
And but the dot certainly launches lower.
Okay, so it's not
Dash,
as firm. Not as firm.
Definitely.
Gotcha.
Also the aerodynamics on it are going to be different as well. The cover
Dimples
pattern
and
and that's something with down at Ping.
Yeah,
we spoke about with Martin.
It's pretty damn significant, isn't it?
It's a lot. It is a lot.
I didn't know it was that much either.
Yeah.
Because we were messing around with something, and one ball was 5 yards behind the other ball in the wind.
Yeah, that was just with a 6-iron from 185 yards. It wasn't even
Crazy.
like at 300 yards. Yeah. You see this difference.
So we don't know, George. We're not sure if it's going to be for retail. We don't know.
Yeah. Mr. Yeaman. Good day, gents. Good day, Mr. Yeaman. What are the benefits needs to have a different wedge shaft to the set shafts? I am mince with wedges and looking for something to blame.
You've come to the right place.
You've come to the right place. Yeaman, son, I would say, for someone like yourself, it's very action specific. So, your backswing is a little low on the long side. You don't have the kind of acceleration. I would say stay in and around that gram weight of your irons for you, about that 110, 115 grams for you specifically. And that's my answer to everyone. It's about you, not there is a way to do it.
You're basing that on his tempo kind of thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Based on his tempo, as I said, the length of his backswing. If you tend to be a little bit, shorter and more brisk, you want to add some weight in there. You're going to want to feel where that is.
Yep.
You definitely don't want it being too light. If you're a little bit on the, maybe a little bit more kind of a smoother action, you can probably take some of that weight away.
Makes sense. Someone asked what you've got in your wedges. What do you have in your wedges? Do you want me to look for you?
Dynamic Gold. I had to think about that there. Which wedges are in the bag?
Dynamic Gold, I saw that.
I have DG 120X in there right now.
But that's a similar weight to your iron shafts.
Yeah, very similar. Yep. And honestly, not by design. At the time, it was by design because I was playing X1, DG X1, two 120s in the irons. I will more likely go to something else in the wedges over the winter.
Of some kind?
Yep.
Yeah. Jack is asking, do you think TaylorMade will be releasing new irons soon, particularly 770s? Do we think that, Jack?
Well, Jack, we do think that.
Yes.
And you don't have long to wait.
Yes.
And I'm actually shocked. It's more people don't know that in a week's time there'll be some
stuff coming out.
Nice new irons from TaylorMade.
They've done a great job of keeping the
I don't know how they've done
seal
that.
on this year. I don't know either.
If I was a company, if I was an OEM, major OEM, I would be worried
Yeah.
that there are so few leaks
Oh,
of
you'd
my
be-
product. Yeah, I'd be concerned.
I want more
Do
leaks.
people not care?
That's true.
Like, why are people not like excited to get it out into the market? Like, this is what
Unless
a
they just
company
had
has.
some crazy policy this year, but I don't know. We've seen pictures of stuff, so
Yeah.
it's not like no one has seen it.
Totally.
But yeah, we do think so, Jack. You will see. You will see. That's a quick, easy one here from. Did you have one ready? You want to get the John one next?
Yeah, we can get that.
Get that
John one
next.
next. Yeah.
Rodney's asking, I have a fast transition, but it is mid swing speed. Okay. Would you recommend Ventus TR Red or Ventus TR Blue? So fast transition. Let's say he's around 100 miles an hour. That's
Right.
probably mid speed, eh?
I mean, I think that's sounds perfect for TR Red to me, to be honest. Like, if you're pretty quick in transition, but
The handle stiff.
yeah. I think that would be ideal for you, Rodney.
Lovely.
I'll stiffer in the butt section.
Okay, Rodney.
Mr. John Jensen, will you guys be testing the Callaway Apex DCB irons? If not, any thoughts? I have a set and the feel and performance is phenomenal. Happy holidays.
Are they in the drawer?
Yeah, it's the
big
bigger,
guys?
the bigger Apex. John, I don't know why that one never kind of made it into the pool of testing this year. I'm not sure.
Those are the lads.
Well, I don't even remember us getting sent them to test when they
No, I don't remember either.
when they came out, but probably not. The Apex line will be. It's about a year and a half old now. There'll probably be some new Apex in 2023, you'd imagine.
Makes sense.
So yeah,
Due for a refresh.
they'll be due for a little upgrade, I would think.
Good that you're enjoying them though, John.
Definitely good that you're enjoying them. Really like them. To your point, very strong in loft. Very, familiar story we're hearing right now with that CG being very
super low,
very deep. Strength in lofts to suit. But yeah, good iron in that field.
All right, John, and happy holidays, John.
Happy holidays, John. Yep, indeed.
All right.
Steamboat Stew, we need more Maltby thoughts from Ian. I want to see how his complaints about the club design.
I saw it come the other day just on some video.
Oh, was there?
Just asking you, will you please tell us? We don't know anything about
Tell you what I
them.
think.
We don't review them. We don't look at them. We don't think about them.
Nope.
Have you tested the proto balls yet from Titleist? Have you?
No,
that
I haven't had a white box.
Okay, we haven't got a white box yet.
No. Which, to be honest, I'm not that, if you and I were heading down south, into somewhere to do some testing, I'd probably send a note in just to see if we could get some for you and I to test.
Yeah, but no rush if we're up here.
No rush if we're here. It's not like we can talk about them anyway.
No, that's true.
Lots of companies who have products coming out 2-3 months down the line and want to send us stuff, we're like, nah.
Yeah.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, we might as well wait.
May as well wait.
3
There's
months.
no point.
No, I agree.
No point. Oh, Craig is asking, MC 502 review.
Are you clairvoyant, Craig?
Mr. Craig, yes. They are sitting right down there.
Just to my right. You'll see it probably this week.
Yep.
Did they literally just come out? Is that why?
I think so. Yeah. Yep.
Nice, very nice.
Okay. Mr. Stuart Riddle. Hello there, boys.
Hello, Stuart.
Had a great fitting with Paddy at TXG Mississauga last week. Thanks, Paddy.
Smashing.
TSR4 numbers jumped off the page as the go-to driver head. Where is the head in your top 5 of current drivers? TSR4 is a sneaky little dog, Stuart.
Is it, yeah?
Yes, it's a funny one. It doesn't necessarily sit where you think it should or has traditionally sat.
So
in the
it's
past.
no longer the crazy low spin little, almost no one plays it kind of driver.
No, it's definitely not that. I would say it's almost become. I would say TSR3 in our testing is a fraction lower spin.
Oh, really?
It's just as in the testing
Yeah.
that we've seen. Again, obviously having that dual weight plate that you can either throw back or forward,
right.
makes a big difference. But I think it's a beauty. I think it really is. Little mini TSR3. It's
The shape is
fantastic.
really cool.
Yep.
Yep.
Like it a lot. Sure. So in terms of our top 5, It would be definitely. It would definitely be
up there
in the
somewhere.
mix for sure. Yeah, I don't really know what my top 5 would be. I'm trying to think of that right now.
Tough to do, right?
Yeah.
With drivers.
Maybe a little video for today. Top 5 drivers of the year,
Yeah.
perhaps.
You know what your top 1 seller of the year was?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Javier wants to know what your most anticipated 2023 releases, or what we're most excited about. Well, we obviously can't talk models, but we could probably talk companies.
Mm-hmm.
What company do you think is going to come out with something wild next year? We'll talk woods.
Yeah. There's one company I'm yet to see. That's
Okay.
literally the only one brand I've not seen their stuff for next year. I would say I expect Callaway to have a good year.
I was going to say, I'm most curious about Callaway's.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I know the name, but I'm most curious to see what they come up with. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Jack Everton, can't believe how few leaks there have been this year. I'm right with you, Jack. It's
Sure.
It's been interesting. I think it's good. I mean, I didn't like the kind of leaks to the point where we'd go down to the PGA show or Jan would come around. It's like,
I know.
this is kind of...
Why would anyone watch our videos?
Yeah.
Oh, the reveal of
Yeah.
something I've seen 80 times.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what Strixon do with their new product line.
I suppose we kind of forgot about them.
Yeah. So I think the Woods, they've kind of got a low spin model now, which is maybe somewhere they've struggled a bit in the past is being competitive in the bomber.
Was that
category.
ZX7 wasn't low spin enough? Not quite.
No, it was kind of in the mid
Okay.
territory.
That's probably why I liked it, to be honest.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. What's going on with the temperature in here? You
cold?
A little bit, yeah.
You nipply?
I didn't want to be the one to say it, but
You know me, I never object to the temperature going up.
it's not cold in here whatsoever. I have to look at the thermostat and confirm it is in fact not cold in here.
Adam Lord, does Calgary have the same Black Friday deal? Adam, they do. They absolutely do. The Calgary guys have the same offer going out right now. With any club purchase, you will save yourself 75% on the full bag cost.
Smashing.
Yep, and 50% on the single club cost.
Very nice. Did we take this from? No, we didn't. From Kyle. Kyle's asking, after your Ping and Titleist visits, what have you learned or viewed differently now about fitting? That's a great question.
That's a great question.
Let's start with that.
I don't think we learned anything that we now view the whole landscape of fitting differently.
That's fair.
I think it was great to have the conversation specifically at Ping with Marty, and just someone that right up there with Chris Vauchel for me. And in terms of fitting, probably the number one guy I'd love to have conversations with about fitting in the industry. I just think he and the Ping team down there, Chris Brody, who kind of leads the Proving Ground team, and Marty, they're just brilliant. And
smart guys.
We had lots of good conversations about golf ball.
I think the golf ball thing.
Yeah.
Maybe golf ball aerodynamics you view slightly differently.
So basically, we now have the golf ball
Ballnamics
fitting
thing, right?
is now integrated into our fittings. So now part of your TXG fit experience will be a ballnamic,
Assessment.
assessment. Yeah, I suppose a good way to look at it. You could really call it a fitting in the sense of you're not trying it, but to go through that process is going to be great.
Cool. That software was cool. It was fun the way we did that video. I don't think anyone knew, but I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah.
And then we put my numbers in, and we went through the process, and it was definitely eye-opening for sure.
Totally,
It would have made it easy for me to pick a ball. Like I was between two balls, and one was clearly better in the wind and a little bit faster off the driver or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, just no
brainer.
brainer. Right?
BX was perfect. Probably the other part that I enjoyed from a fitting perspective down at Ping was the conversation about gapping.
Yeah.
About
they're very focused on that.
Yeah. Set composition. 7-iron ball speed divided by 10 is the is the kind of incremental yard
that's
distance
right.
between clubs.
That's right.
So you are probably,
27 or
27, right? So you're
Yeah.
about 12 and just over 12 and a half yards per club,
What
which is
you always tell
exactly
me. You always tell me
where
that.
you need to be. So I thought that was a good one.
It was a good one. Yeah.
Whisker, if you're cold, might it be a good time to release the TXG ugly Christmas sweater?
It might be.
We do talk about that every year. One year we will come up with it.
That would be a good idea. There's companies that make them. I'm sure you could have it done.
I know. Yeah. That sounds like a Mike Martusevich mission.
Special.
He's the one linked to every Alibaba outlet
Supplier,
in
I know.
Asia.
From our pal Frederick asking, any word on the TSR 1 coming out? Yeah, that's a great
They're
question.
They're coming. We will. I believe we will be hitting it. Actually, I think there might be a request to go down to Carlsbad to go through
Just
some
to see them?
stuff with them.
Huh.
So whether we do it or whether we do it at the show, yep, Frederick, we will definitely be seeing the TSR 1 and your good self at the show.
That's right.
Yeah.
TSR 1. It's funny they never released that driver at the same time, but I guess it is its own thing, right?
Yep.
Like it's kind of its own.
Definitely.
Mikey's waving. He says yes.
Hello, Michael. Are you off the pan?
Are you off the pan?
Are you off the pan?
Poor guy.
Poor
Mikey's
guy.
sick.
I know.
Otherwise, you'd see him between us. That's a good question. John's asking, what is the best-selling iron of 2022? It was the Mizuno 225, but I don't know the answer to this. What was the best-selling wedges?
SM9 by a
SM9,
landslide.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
Wasn't
massive.
close.
Wasn't close.
Okay, Titleist SM9. By many, many, many margins.
Yep.
That's it.
Doritos asking who's the best golfer on the TXG team. That accolade currently sits with TXG Dean. He won the first week of the Winter League.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Dean here.
Dino had posted a nice little 2 under par in his 9 holes.
That's tasty.
So yeah, Dino is currently ranked number 1 in the TXG rankings.
We'll keep you apprised.
Yeah.
What night you guys do that?
So
Sundays?
basically, we last year it was a Thursday night. We done Winter League, so we get some pizzas in and we do a little Winter League. This year we just said it's a bit like a men's night, like just get 9 holes in, like arrange your game amongst the staff, and then just post your score.
That's great.
So it wasn't the first official. It was kind of the warm up week, but Dino had a nice little round going. He hits it great. It's an interesting one. Florida guy. So hi gents, notice club champion fits shaft first, then head, but TXG takes the opposite approach. Curious of the reasons behind difference of philosophy, pros and cons of both. I don't have a philosophy of leading down one way or the other, first or foremost. It depends what I see. I'd be kind of likely to interchange for the first. We have a process within X number of shots, so we're going to see, call it 1 to 6, between 1 and 6 shots we're going to see you warm up. Between 7 and 20 we're going to push different buttons in your swing. We're going to give you different head, shaft, combos, lens. We're going to throw things at you within that next kind of few shots. Between 21 and 40, we really start to dial in which specs are working. 40 to 50, we're putting the right loft and lie that we think is exactly right. Yep. And then from 50 to however long, we basically allow you to realise what we've been seeing and projecting. So
it's a bit organic. It changes back and forth.
It does change. I like to look at it within an amount of shots, not a rigid process, because I see myself changing that process for different players. Depends what you need.
Yeah, no, totally. All right, good question though.
It was a very good question, yeah.
What do we got here?
Scott McLeod. What's the oldest club you have seen in the bag of a player who's come in for a fitting?
That's a funny question.
I mean, lots of nostalgic, clubs coming in from, hand-me-downs from parents, Scotty, that kind of, a father or a grandfather. Normally putter is the one
Is
that
that the one?
people will
Yeah.
have a little bit less
Old as hell.
tech and old as hell, and they'll have nostalgic memories of playing golf, maybe being introduced to the game by a grandfather, and their grandfather was a great putter, and they were passed this putter down, and it holds that little special place in their kind of heart and their sentiment. So normally probably
Some
like a
kind of
40, 50-year-old putter, something like that.
Right. Yeah. Less likely to see someone come in here with persimmon woods or something.
Yeah.
That must not happen. Really.
Does not happen anymore. Yeah, it really doesn't.
It'd be pretty weird. This would probably not be your first port of call after playing persimmon irons or persimmon woods. You'd probably get like a big box set and then maybe come in here. Okay, from Curtis K. Curtis K says he's got Ventus Blue 6S in his driver. He loves it. Should I just go with the Blue 7S in his Stealth 3+ wood? Or should he maybe go Ventus Red? He uses 3 wood off the deck more than off the tee. It's a good question.
I mean, if you like it a little bit more, I would probably lean towards Ventus Red for you, Curtis, purely just because we know that Stealth Plus can get knuckly. So I think if you get a little bit more help in the deflection, I think that would be pretty good.
Makes sense.
John Fishburne is saying I also did a shaft first, a shaft fitting first at Club Champion before finding the right head. It seems to be a good fitting philosophy for the majority of golfers.
Hard to say, right?
Yeah, very hard to say. Not every head and every shaft combo. My problem with it is not every head and every shaft combo will perform the same.
Yeah.
Different heads will put different stresses on the shaft that will cause deflection in different ways. Cavity backs make the shaft droop more than blades do. Right. So if you're leading towards a shaft first and you're changing the characteristics of the head, well, unless you understand what that head is going to do to the shaft, it's very hard to pick the shaft unless you can predict the variables in droop. One of the reasons I love fitting with GC Quad, because we are able to kind of watch dynamic lie angle, dynamic loft move a little bit easier than TrackMan users.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It would be very difficult to just say, okay, we picked the shaft, here we go. You can try 6 different heads. Yeah, makes sense.
But understand, the other part is to this, I understand at Club Champion size, 101 or 102 stores, why they feel the need to have a process for their fitters.
Yeah, it has to be efficient, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It has to follow a certain...
Yeah. They've got several hundred fitters. We've got 7.
It's true. It's easier to say, hey, 7 guys, this is how to do it. Yeah. Makes sense. That's kind of an interesting question. I have a feeling I know the answer, but how do you measure someone being quick in transition? Is it a range or specific acceleration cutoff? I mean, you don't measure it, do you? You observe it.
Yeah.
You observe it. I mean, you could measure it with, I don't know, like hack motion or anything.
Totally. Yeah, you could do it with Blast. You could do it with those things. With a bunch of different things.
But to be fair, here in most fitting shops, your fitter is observing it. It's a pretty obvious, swing characteristic.
It is definitely one of the things I think in the future and evolution of club fitting though is that will be something that's measured more accurately. I think doing your fitting with a wrist thing, like which basically during your fit ask you to put it on.
Yep.
A company that we've been looking at working with a little bit for that is DeWiz.
I heard of that one.
Yeah, they're good. So looking at someone's cadence with different clubs and different shafts and different weights, that type of examination of a player's delivery is something I'm absolutely fascinated by. I can't wait to till club fitting evolves into when we're looking at more than just launch, spin, and speed.
I mean, it's the next evolution.
It has to be I want 6 screens up here. I want my quad screen. I want my force plate screen. I want my gears type screen, motion capture, and then I want something measuring things like cadence and transition, because we know that 3-to-1 ratio right now between backswing and downswing, but we see players like Rory, he pumps significantly more energy into the backswing, so his ratio is significantly faster than that, and we can see things that the better players do, trends and patterns.
I think the more hands like hands free that technology becomes, the more just it can, like foresight. You just hit the ball in front of it.
Yeah.
Or if you wore something simple on your wrist, the more it's not required for you to put on a suit with dots and stuff.
Totally.
Once technology reaches that point, I could see you, as you said, having 6 screens.
Yeah. Definitely.
Good question.
Yeah, very good. Craig's followed up with that with a good kind of little reminder there. Mizuno shaft optimizer measures transition. Very true.
Very true. It does.
True. Yeah.
It's pretty simple. It just says fast, medium, or good.
Definitely.
Point, Craig. Any Mizuno fitting center, right? You can get that done.
Totally. Yep.
Chris, I see your super chat, pal, but I don't see a question. So make sure you ask us one.
38 likes, guys. Let's get that into the hundreds. Let's get that into the hundreds. Let's go.
Also, Danny, I see your super chat there, lad, but I don't see a question. So make sure you. We gotta take one from this name.
It's a legend. It's a legend.
Guys, make sure you put your question in because I've seen your super chat. I just don't want you to waste your hard-earned dollars. Okay, we have to take this. Is that last one okay?
It's absolutely fine by me.
From the Horsecock Express. You've made my day with that. Man, is that funny. Okay. I think he was asking about what's the average set, and this is after some internal chatter with some other guys. Ballpark of what you spend on an average set of irons at TXG.
Sorry, I can't stop smiling.
It's so funny.
That's what I'm afraid of. I go get fit for a set of irons and they tell me, okay.
I think some chatter occurred in between.
Oh,
His original question was, hey, like, what's the average guy go at the door for the set of irons? $2,000?
In Canada, probably between 2 and 3.
Okay.
Between 2 and 3.
Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
So obviously closer to 2 if you're American.
Yeah.
As our dollar continues to be a poo-poo. Horsecock Express. Too good.
Any more questions we can answer for
Honestly,
you, Mr. Express?
So funny. It's a very PG rated thing that I say when something pisses me off. It's a horse cock.
Mm-hmm.
You can get away with it. It's an animal and it's a thing.
Yep, that is exactly that.
Okay, I'm around here. Is that where you are?
I am right.
You stay at the bottom. You're good there. Go, grab one if you have one.
Okay. Kevin is saying thoughts on swing weight effects or shaft recommendations if I'm shortening the TSR 5 wood hazardous smoke shaft, similar to using shorter, heavier shafts and hybrids done a while ago. Thoughts being you just need to make sure you're adding enough head weight in there, Kevin. You can certainly shorten it up, and we did find that making a Nippon Ghost the length of like a 3-iron shaft in a hybrid head to create that delivery conditions was something we really liked for that little while, and maybe something again to revisit. These kind of like they're fads, and trends, aren't they, that kind of come and go, but they definitely have their merit, not just at that time, all times. Mm-hmm. So
definitely.
Just again making sure that the head weight is where you need it to be. That's the main thing.
All right. I don't know what the answer to this one is. Chris is saying he was fit for irons and he was very toe down.
Yep.
A lot of toe strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so toe down, toe strikes, and he's a little over the top. He got into 3 degrees upright. Now he's striking the heel. Should he have them maybe put it somewhere in between?
Probably.
That would make sense, right? I didn't
Definitely.
know you could move the strike that much with.
That's an unusual one to move the strike for it to be that easy to move the strike. Like I wish it was that easy. No, you tend to be a few different factors at play there, Chris. The length of the club, the weight of the club. There's lots of things going on there, but
maybe
it makes a ton of sense logically for you to just go and flatten them a little bit and find the middle for sure.
Maybe plus 1.5 or something like that.
Yeah. Truth of the matter, according to Ping, which ball performs best in the wind and is the most low spin off the irons?
We'd have to go back into it. We didn't look for that.
I mean, I can tell you from my own experience, most low spin in the irons is certainly left dash Pro V1X for me. I mean, it's just so low on the irons.
The question is whether the aerodynamics would be. I would expect it would be pretty low. Well.
I think
like get through the wind pretty nicely. It would be part of the design. You think?
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I would say the golf balls that really stood out to me on Balnamic were Bridgestone.
Mm-hmm. And Chrome Soft?
Chrome Soft X tends to get a lot. That populates a lot for people.
Yeah.
And you know, even some of the outsiders, I know the Mizuno Tour gets Max Fly Tour.
Max Fly Tour, yes.
Gets a lot of love on Balnamic. It performed really well. And for you, the Wilson Triad.
Yeah, which is still yet to be a ball I've ever even seen.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Danny because Danny sent a super chat and it didn't work.
Danny's
asking, have you ever tested the Fujikura Pro iron shafts? If so, what are your thoughts? Have we tested those?
Nope.
Sorry, Danny.
I know young Michael Martusevich has some in his treasure chest.
Does he?
He does. He keeps a treasure chest under his under his bench of shafts that no one else is allowed to touch.
Is it locked with a key?
No. But he protects it with a Rottweiler.
Well, maybe one day, Danny, he'll put them in a set of irons and he can give you some comments because he does tend to change irons every 5 minutes. So you never know.
He does. Terrible habit to have.
Sorry, you wouldn't know anything about that. Sorry, we couldn't help you with that one, Danny. Just haven't tried them, pal. Derek says he has a 10-year-old set of Project X 6.5 flighted iron shafts. How would these compare or play compared to the standard Project X 6.5?
Derek, they will be stiffer in the short irons, they will be softer in the long irons, and they'll be probably very similar in the mid irons. That's what a flighted set generally is.
Gotcha. Easy peasy.
Yeah. Jumbali Devil, Ian, where would you send someone for a fitting in the UK? I would send you to the master guru, Jason McNiven at Golf Principles in Basingstoke, soon to be Crawley. That is exactly where I would send you. Jace is down. Jason is down in the south. Yeah, just south of London City.
Gotcha.
Mr. Express is saying, thank you for reading my question. I can't believe you even said my name. Appreciate the response, guys. Slow mode took a while to say thank you.
No worries.
No problem at all.
It's funny.
Thank you for putting a smile on our faces.
Made my morning. Laura's Coffee Express.
Jay Patel, where are you guys? We are currently in the TXG studio in Toronto.
We are. Here's one from Chris. So Chris sent a super chat, but it didn't work, but here it is.
Okay, cool.
Chris is asking, any chance for a comparison
that.
of the evolution of shafts from whiteboard, Ahina to 5th gen stuff from it? Yeah, that's a good
idea.
I do
like that idea. I definitely like that idea.
How many years does that span? Because whiteboard was around like 10 years ago, was it not?
More. Yeah. Whiteboard would have been 16-ish years ago.
Really?
More. Actually, more than that. 2000, we're coming out of 23.
Yeah, almost in 23.
More like 18-ish years ago. Original Blue Board, I remember seeing Blue Board back in like 04, 05, somewhere in and about there.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea for
it would be good.
Video. Mm-hmm. Get our hands on an old whiteboard and do a little 3-shaft comparison or something like that. Yeah, just to see. A lot of it would be feel, and consistency, you'd think.
Yeah, I think manufacturing tolerances, materials being made available. Definitely being able to sort of change shaft recovery time. That's a big one for shafts in order to produce consistent results from a face angle perspective. Recovery time. I mean, something to dive into. I mean, we spent a little bit of time. I wish we had more with John Oldenburg at Ping. John's someone who's designed shafts for the last 30 years, and we said probably doing any video with John wouldn't do his knowledge in the industry justice. We'd probably try and get him on the podcast at some point
and you could chat for a while
and dive into things like that in terms of the evolution of graphite shafts from something he was involved in, which was kind of like Aldila NV, shafts back in those days. Yeah. So he's designed many shafts that have won major championships, etc. So good guy to pick the brain of, that's for sure.
Very cool.
Florida guy, whiteboard was 2006. So
perfect.
Right around where I thought.
Okay, Tim is asking, when it comes to driving irons, any advantages to going premium graphite versus matching to set? Well, I think you want to go graphite, let's say, for most people.
I would. Yeah, definitely, Tim. Go on graphite.
And if you've got MMTs or something in your irons,
you could
match them.
Yeah, not essential though.
No,
absolutely not essential.
I mean, price-wise, you'll probably do the same anyway.
Totally.
So, yeah, you would definitely not want to go steel in the drive. I've never seen someone hit steel in a driving iron personally.
Very few. Very few.
Can't think of anyone on tour.
Woodland had a C taper.
Did he?
In his, and I was doing some stuff with him. I mean,
he would be an exception.
There's a few people that, just from a weight perspective, there's just not many of that weight out there.
Yeah, it's not an advantage.
Yes. Greg C, what's the furthest someone has travelled to get fit by you guys?
That's a good question.
New Zealand, probably New Zealand.
It's the other side of the earth.
So it's about as far as it gets, isn't it?
I think once you go further, you start getting closer.
Yes. We've had Australia and New Zealand, so somewhere in the southern hemisphere. Yeah.
Through the ground.
Mm-hmm.
This has been asked a few times. Let's take this. Matthew wants to know the differences between the Vista Pro and the Ventus. Now, there was a newer Vista Pro that came out, right? We reviewed it.
Vista Pro is kind of like the club makers line, the sort of, budget line, if you like.
Okay, so it's more economical.
So that would be like the step up from what you tend to find in OEM shafts. Ventus is just a different animal. It's designed to be one of the most premium, one of the most high performing parts in the golf industry. Obviously, the success of it has just been off the charts.
Ridiculous.
I mean, I don't remember. We weren't doing this in the blue board or white board, red board days, this type of thing. But I don't remember a shaft line ever having such an effect.
It'd be a similar thing as like everyone played blue board, everyone played white board.
I mean, think of the coverage. That we, even when it was launched, I remember thinking at the time, this is different. We sat down with Alex D in the PGA show and talked about end zone testing and how Ventus came along and the evolution of it.
A few on the range and the strike pattern was good.
Totally.
I remember that.
Yeah.
All right.
A few supers came in just there.
Okay. I see one from Cole. I'm going to grab that one.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, boys. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Cole.
Thanksgiving to you.
11 handicap with an 85 mile an hour 7-iron swing. Very shallow player. Okay, bit of a picker playing pro 225s with DG 120s. Trying to smooth out transition and get a bit steeper. Would a shaft like Modus 120 or Project X, IO or LZ be better?
Trying to get steeper and
smoother. I think you're fine. You're fine where you are, Cole, in terms of having enough weight to be able to feel and time transition. I don't think either of those, all of those shafts, well, with the exception of LZ 6.0, that's the same weight as what you've got right now. But IO is lighter, Modus 120 is lighter. So I would want you to stay in the 120 range that you're in right now. I'd work a little bit on a drill our good pal Tyler likes us to do is the step drill. For those getting very shallow. So when you kind of load up to the top of your backswing, making sure you're not kind of backing out it and not transferring your weight. Make sure you kind of hit balls with a fairly narrow stance, and as that club kind of reaches towards the top of your backswing, take a step towards the target. That'll shift your weight towards the target, and it will really help you get a little bit more narrow in your downswing. That'll help get a little more angle of attack, plus moving your weight forward will also move low point forward, so should change your angle of attack from around 0, maybe 1 to maybe 3 or 4 down, start get a little bit more compression.
It's a great drill.
Yeah,
it's a great drill.
Totally.
Good sequencing drill too, actually.
Definitely.
Yeah. Let's take this because you can probably save Max some money. Max is saying he's getting a little bit too much spin and launch with the DM on his ZF. What would be a good shaft to replace it?
I mean, Ventus Black, Ventus Blue TR. You could go DF if you wanted to stay in the Diamana line.
Tinker with the head maybe first, though, just in case. Like, if you
Yeah.
could take a bit of loft
Yeah,
off
you
it.
could. Yeah, definitely.
I was just thinking
Yep.
if
Low budget.
If he hasn't gone
If
that
you
route.
haven't done that,
Yeah.
for sure.
But if not, Ventus Black or something, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, lovely. Lovely.
There's one there from Sherwood Cook. What is the oldest graphite shaft? Closest graphite shaft to a Morris 105 stiff? Saw Brian LaRoche in Jacksonville, but we couldn't come up with anything. Coming to see Ian early next year. I'm on the schedule to be put on the schedule, but maybe something until then.
That's funny.
That is funny. 105 stiff.
The closest
something.
graphite shaft. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Off the top of my head, I would probably like to see you try something around the probably LA Golf A Series 105. And the other one to try would be, because it's, well, both are constant weight, but the other one would be the Acra 105 ICWT, which probably you tried with Brian. I'm not sure if Brian does LA Golf, but those two I'd be keen to try. The other thing, we've said this actually quite a bit in the last few weeks on the channel, is really trying to replicate steel performance with graphite
Yeah,
can most often be a bit of a fruitless task.
I see.
Yeah.
Just doesn't happen.
Doesn't generally kind of lead to the result people want. There's very little time. In fact, I can't ever think of a single scenario I've had people go, yeah, I'm in steel, I want to move to graphite, and then I put them in a graphite and go, oh, this just, like, I can't tell the difference. It
Right.
feels the same.
Never happens.
100 out of 100 times
Yeah.
it would not happen.
Just a different thing.
Just different.
altogether.
Totally
Yeah.
different.
Fair enough. You can see why people would want to go from their comfort zone into another comfort zone, but
100%
just
all
doesn't work that way.
Yeah, all the benefits from a wear and tear perspective and things like that of the graphite. Yeah, I totally see it.
Yeah.
Our pal Mr. Dave Fogel will never go back to steel.
Never.
Never.
Good.
Ever.
All right.
One thing I've learned in this game, Matty boy,
Is never say never.
is never say never. Ever.
Especially with you two, you and Mikey, I would never say never. I'll
Today-
never change my
I know,
driver.
I know.
Okay.
I actually genuinely think we can do a what's in the bag video today.
What?
Yep.
Jeez.
I think we can do a what's in the bag. I think
Shock.
bag wise, I'd done a lot of work on it last week.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. I got the set pretty much exactly where I want it, and there's a what's in the bag coming very, very soon.
I like it.
Yep. No, that's an easy one for today.
All right.
Michael saying the Muras always come back. Yep. Yep, that's very, very true, Michael.
Yeah.
What else we got? Dave saying, Ian, what are you changing in your golf swing? What am I not changing, Dave? Oh man, what am I changing? So backswing, being a little bit more forceful and sort of dynamic as the club moves away.
A little more pace to it.
A lot more pace to it. Definitely wider, quite a lot wider than before.
In the backswing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So trying to keep the club head outside the hands as the club moves back to give me that feeling of being able to kind of allow it to fall a little bit more. I was kind of guilty of being too slow and pulling it inside early.
Gotcha.
And then that would cause me to kind of make the opposite effect and steepen. So working quite a bit on that. And then yesterday I'd done some work on sort of through impact, really, LC talks about this a lot, but really like pushing the pelvis, punching
Yes,
towards the target
towards
with
the
the
target.
pelvis.
Yep.
Really working on that, and it kind of gives the swing that look of hitting like punch shots almost.
yeah.
But really,
Keep the arms low on the fall through.
yeah, really feeling like, on the way through as you sort of extend, you can really squeeze your right cheek,
Yep.
your butt cheek.
Glutes.
That is definitely what I'm working on right now. Whisker. Mr. Fraser, what's in the bag? Probably safer to do a weekly tweet.
Live.
Yeah, that's fair, Whisker. That is fair.
Yeah. What else we got?
Marcus, can you please explain to my wife why I need multiple sets of irons? Would we go back into the to the rant, Mrs. Geffert?
Yep.
Why you would like your husband Marcus to be happy?
Yes, right.
Why would you not want him to be happy? More sets of irons, the happier he'll be. It's a multiple effect.
It's a cause and effect. That's right. Yeah.
Lots of heckling of my change, the frequency and change in our clubs. Well earned.
Well earned. Yeah.
A well earned reputation.
You did good. Yeah.
Yeah. Club hole.
Yeah.
Captain Club hole. I was only the deputy, actually. Captain Club hole. Mikey was worse.
Oh yeah.
Is worse.
Is worse. Yeah. Is worse.
Yeah.
Is he going to play that Big Bertha driver? No. I thought maybe. You never know.
It was good for him. It was definitely good for him. But
he can get those numbers with his.
I think he can get those numbers with his, and also, I think I've said this. A few people messaged me saying like, surely Mikey's got to play it. Personal best numbers. Yeah, personal best distance numbers, but it wasn't overall.
Well, it was like a mile and a half.
Yeah, it was a bit of speed, but like
nothing crazy.
No, and there's way more to fitting and the way we make our decisions from than just distance. And ball speed and things like that. Yeah. So no, I did not recommend for young Mikey.
He'd have to Frankenstein that anyway. The head's probably kind of light. You'd have to mess around with it.
Probably. And it probably worked to the length and your weight of that. Autoflex probably all meshed in quite well.
No adjustments required.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get a few more here.
Yeah, a couple more, but we're, what are we, 45?
50 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
No, time flies.
Oh, thumbs down. Oh. I must have said something. Something I didn't like.
How could you?
How dare you?
Okay.
KK is debating on whether to get a P772 iron that comes with an MMT 105. Is this a good stock shaft? I play Ventus TR6X and X100s. Love it.
That's a good stock shaft.
It's exactly what I've got in my own 4-iron.
Is that what's in there?
MMT 105 TX.
Great.
Yeah, a little bit more stable.
A fine choice.
Revo 900. Mikey would need to get a second mortgage for that driver.
Yeah, it was up there.
Well, no, not Mikey.
Not Mikey, but a normal.
A customer would need a second. Mikey has that shaft already, and there's two heads sitting in the office, so
take one of them,
it would cost him $0.
$0.
All right, let's grab two more.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Chris Baker says,
Son of Bandit.
Yeah. 115 mile an hour swing speed, 91 with a 7-iron, plays modus 105 stiff. Mm-hmm. He launches it slightly high. 7-iron 19. Is that high?
Yeah.
Okay. Would a 115X be a better fit?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, Chris.
So this shaft's a bit light and
soft. Yeah, you've got lots of club head speed. Obviously, Chris, you're getting a little bit too much dynamic loft in that situation. Modus 105 won't be helping that. So something that brings that flight down a little bit would be really, really good for you. Golf ball as well. You could really maximise the change. Going to a golf ball, but I think 115X would be a really nice choice. Actually, 105X comes in at 113 grams as well.
Okay,
so you could almost play the same profile, but go to the X Flex and the 105, and that would be lovely.
Like it.
Lovely. Do you know what I asked my lovely wife for Christmas?
What?
To go down to Ping and do the putter lab fitting and get the putter.
You should.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. I thought that process was really, really cool.
Stay somewhere nice.
And thinking, go down and have a couple of days in it was Scottsdale, and then go down and do a little. As a consumer, get the customer experience.
Do the customer experience.
It's different when we go and do those, filming and stuff like that.
Well, we're in time constraints. Generally.
Totally.
So if you did, I thought it was cool just the half hour we did, but no, I think it was awesome.
It would be a fun one to go down and just enjoy that.
Do that over Christmas?
Probably sometime in the new year or something like that. I know we're going to do when you and I are in Callaway next week. I think we're going to be at the Odyssey Putter Lab.
Oh yeah, nice.
So that'll be fun.
That'll be very cool.
That will be very, very fun.
All right, last one. Your choice. What do you like?
What do we like? Well,
What's that,
got to
new?
get this one, Bo.
Okay.
Bo, just
All right, Bo, you got the last question.
you get the last one. Your $5 earned you the last one. Asked about Tacoma a few weeks ago, and you recommended ZX5. Just ordered ZX5s for to wedge with Modus 120s and love them.
Oh, good.
That's great to hear.
Great
What a
to
great
hear.
way to end the Q&A.
Lovely.
Fantastic. Now that's I love when that happens. I mean, obviously, guys, it's certainly not like a calculation we can make for you guys with these recommendations. We're going off of gut instinct and experience. So, when we hear them go right like that, it is it feels good. But just always being careful. I think just go and get fit. I just can't say that enough.
I know.
Right
if
now,
you can do it, yeah.
definitely. I saw him Brath, his Instagram last night or something. I think he posted like, I already know the best driver of 2023. What it's going to be,
right.
And it was like a fitted one.
A fitted one, yeah.
The one you get
The
fit
one you
for.
get fit for.
So true.
It's true.
So true. James,
that's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good.
James Carroll is loving the info as always. Great to hear the questions coming in and you answer them also informatively. Been keeping an eye out for a new live for a couple of weeks. Keep it up.
Smashing.
Thank you, James.
Thanks,
Yeah,
James.
we're trying to get back in the regular routine.
We will
with
be.
the lives.
Just a bit of travel, that's all.
Yeah.
We've been doing a bit of travel, but mostly you'll
Totally.
see us Mondays.
Yep.
Maybe we can do one while we're away. We're away next week.
It's hard, isn't it, when we're
a bit
away?
hard.
It's always challenging. I know we always have the best
intend to do
intentions,
it, yes.
but it is, it's not easy.
If we have a totally dead afternoon, we can definitely.
I
do
know,
it, but
I know,
It just
which-
doesn't really happen usually.
It's rare. It's very rare. There's always, like, in Carlsbad with all the manufacturers and
Yeah, you can
everyone
go
down
somewhere.
there, you could go and we tend to squeeze as much in as we possibly can into these trips.
I think realistically, we could jump on a couple Instagram lives next week.
that's a better idea. Yeah, that's what's
Because
way
for us,
easier.
we also have to set up this whole thing, and in
rig.
most places we can't really do it. So I would say, yeah, Instagram Live would be the thing you will see from us. Maybe try to do a couple down there.
I love that idea.
Leaving on Sunday.
Definitely. Leaving on Sunday. Yep.
Yeah.
Should be
Returning
good, eh?
on Friday. It will be good.
No, you even had to look at the forecast. I don't
It's
know what
good.
we're
I was
doing
looking at it
for it. Oh, is
yesterday.
it?
Lindsay was looking at it for me because she's
You
going
little
away.
beauty.
She's going to Texas for work, and she's like, "Oh, it's nice and warm."
I was fearing it, if I'm being honest.
No, it's like 18, 19 every day.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Chance of a tan?
There's a high chance. Yeah. The sun's a bit further away during the winter, but you should still be able to get some color.
That's the top of my agenda.
Looks good, no?
Not bad.
Are
We
those
fresh.
raindrops?
That's why I was always worrying about it, because like
Come on, San Diego. Every time we
tend
go,
to-
they apologize
yeah.
to us. Oh, it never
Oh,
rains.
we've
here."
not seen rain down here in 17 years.
Good for you.
Pretty good. But time,
That's okay.
Yeah.
60, as long as
16,
well,
17, 19.
yeah,
The lows aren't too low.
The lows
Like
aren't too
Arizona,
low.
the lows are a
We're
little
low, yeah.
lower than that.
we had to wait till 10 a.m. to start filming.
Yeah, it was a wee bit nipply.
Okay, well,
Good
good
stuff.
live quality.
Yep. Fantastic. Marcus, congrats on 200k no McAllen 18 for this, Mark.
We drank some stuff at Mikey's uncle's.
Yeah.
Did you not get any?
No, I didn't. No,
We
but
drank some
I
old
know.
stuff at his place.
The boys drank some stuff for
you.
us.
Yeah.
Very kind. Well,
Mikey drank a scotch that was older than him, so
I think what we'll do is when we're away, let's celebrate with a nice dinner one night.
Lovely.
Let's go for a nice dinner. Maybe we'll take a wee trip up the coast, a wee Nobu or something like that,
Oh.
up the Malibu coast.
Fancy place.
I like a wee Nobu.
It is nice. I know you do. You mentioned the Nobu a couple
I like the Nobu.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
We're
leave
gonna
you
get to
guys there.
work.
Love you, leave you. We've got lots to film today. Next week we are in Carlsbad, lots to do.
Yeah.
Callaway first, TaylorMade
TaylorMade.
second, Cobra third.
October 3rd.
Yeah. And if we can get a chance to go and see any others while we're down there, we might
will.
bring you some bonus content from down in the Mecca.
Yeah, you never know.
The Mecca that is.
All
Okay,
right.
guys, have a great week. Try not to spend all your money in Cyber Monday
I
deals.
know. Save
But
a
if you
bit.
do, hope you enjoy your new purchases.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.